Hello, my name is Michael Carr, and I'm here to talk about the Adventure bag. Now, there's a couple of features that I want to go over first that make this a bag unlike any other bag that I have ever seen. And you can see that there are two different colors. I actually did get this bag in both colors and then swapped them. So the little bag I have in the gray, the big bag I have in black. Feature number one, as far as just a little thing, a little detail that I think every bag should have, is this sunglasses pouch. This glasses pouch works for sunglasses, prescription grade glasses, whatever, and it's got a little label right here, and then it's got a soft lining right here. Additionally, this covering right here is thicker, which is pretty great because it's just extra protection for your glasses. Right next to it, we've got just basically a random shit pocket, and this is my wife's backpack, so she keeps a charging cord, some knickknacks, and she's got ADHD, so she's got little fidget toys and stuff like that as well. In here as well, we've got a little bottle opener, which I think is a nice touch, and a spot to attach a D-ring, which she attached her earbuds to. Right here, we've got a little water bottle pocket. I think here that they should have made this a tiny bit bigger, or maybe even separated it from the bag so that they could make it round. And then here we have our first enclosure that has a magnet. I do like the idea of the magnet. There's a tiny little magnet right here, and that means that as soon as this lid flips over, it should stay shut. The problem here, this is one of the first negatives that I'll list, is that because it's in the middle and because it's not very strong, sometimes even when there's nothing in it, it'll just stay flapped open. Which means that if you have something in there that's light, it can just hang out in there and then it might fall out. So I would suggest in a version 2 of this bag, I would suggest doubling the magnets, putting one in each corner, or even tripling them and having one in each corner and one in the middle, or just one large magnet that goes the entire bar. That way it is going to stay shut. And I have the same problem here with these bigger flaps on the bigger bag, is that this is not a very strong magnet. You see it doesn't even actuate until it's really close. The problem I have with these side pockets, this is my second negative thing, is that the water bottle pocket on the side pocket here on the big bag isn't even stretchy at all. There is no stretch here. And because of that, if it doesn't fit here, it doesn't fit. You don't get to expand it, you don't get to stretch it out, which really kind of sucks. Especially if you want to be like a vlogger or something like that and stick like a bigger tripod in here, you can't do that. You can only fit really, really small tripods and small to medium sized water bottles. Same thing on the other side. I do like that on this side they included yet another pocket. I think having as many little pockets as you can for stowage of just little things is nice. This can fit like a bottle opener or a coin or something like that, which is nice to have. But again, this pocket is even smaller. There's not much that can fit in here, so I don't see myself using it very often. to the bigger pockets. So these are quite nice. When I open up the bigger pocket of this bag, it's relatively big for how small this smaller bag is. And it's got a mesh pocket for electronics, which is very useful. And then when you flip it upside down, this has a cooler pocket right here. That way you can stick a couple cold drinks. This smaller bag doesn't fit very many, but it does work. Now this right here doesn't fit much, so I don't use it very often, but it does allow the bag some flex, and so when you tighten it down, you can make the bag even smaller if you don't have it packed very full. Now here's the main feature of this bag, which is that you can unhook this, unzip this, and then unhook these down here. Boom. And boom. And then this one right here just undoes like that. And bam, you have two separate bags now. This smaller bag says right here, its size, small, 15 liters, which is quite nice. And you can pull out of this tablet pocket the backpack straps. So now you have this little pocket here, this little pocket here, these nice little strips. This is a very lightweight fabric. It's kind of a mesh material just to keep the whole package extremely light. It's worn in a little bit, and I think that this small bag is the better constructed of the two. This right here is the big bag, and I don't think that this bag stands up very well on its own. It doesn't have the sunglasses pouch like the smaller bag does, and because of those side pocket concerns and the fact that these straps are a lot thicker and stiff, means that it's just not quite as usable. I think that with the bigger bag, they should have made it slightly bigger. What I mean by that is this has a capacity of 30 liters, and it's called big. And when it comes to backpacks, that's not really all that large. There's bags going way up past 70 liters in the backpacking. And so I think that this would have done better as a 35 liter, which would have allowed this pocket right here to have more space this way. All you would have had to do is make it just a teeny bit wider, a teeny bit taller, and a teeny bit deeper. And if you made all three of those dimensions bigger, then there would have been a lot more room inside. But I do still like this big bag. I like the mesh that it has right here, so that you can put clothes on one side, clean clothes on one side, and dirty clothes on the other, or you can stick sneakers in there or whatever. Right here there's a mesh pocket. I really like that. And I also like that this interior fabric is a very light color. Most of my objects are very dark. Being able to see it is extremely important. And there's yet another pocket here. I think that these zippers could be of a little bit higher quality. They're a little too thin on these interior zippers. These exterior zippers are definitely stronger. And I'm glad that they are, at least the exterior zippers are stronger. But even these could be a little bit better. Right here we have this pocket is actually really nice. If I'm using this by itself, I'll use this pocket a lot for like a really small things, chapstick, the fidgets again, things like that. So yeah, and then this is the main compartment, which can fit a decently sized laptop, and realistically not much else, because as I said before, it's not very deep. So I feel like this is kind of wasted, because you can unzip this and you can stick a laptop in here, but then I don't really want to stick anything else right here, because then it'll just push the bag out. On to the back. I do really like that they have a channel here for your spine for ventilation, and there's little ridges inside this cushioning, which makes this relatively comfortable actually. And then they also have a back pocket, which is almost big enough for everything I need it to be. I like to stick my passport in here, maybe some credit cards. That way it's really hard to steal this because it's up against your back. I wish it were just a tiny bit deeper in this way. That way I could stick my passport with it still inside of its passport case without it making it bulge towards my lower back. If it bulged this way just a little bit more, it would be better. And I think that is one of the things that if you made a 35-liter version of this would be amazing. But yeah, the biggest function that makes this bag unique is the fact that you can attach these two bags relatively easily together. Now that I'm putting this back away, I will just stuff this strap in here. Try and make sure that it's not very twisted. Bing, bang, bop. Just throw it right against here. First thing I'm going to do is zip it. And then I go to the bottom and slide that hook in. And then I find these hooks, these side hooks down here. Bing. Sometimes it can take a little bit. I have tremors, so I can just latch that here. Find this hook. Attach that here. And then I do this top hook last, but it just slips right in. Boom. A very usable bag, easily one of my favorites. I have two of them. I wish that it was a little bigger. I wish that these side pockets were more usable. And I wish that it came in more colors than just the black and the gray. If Adventure right now came up with a combination bag that instead of 30 and 15 for a total of 45, if they came up with one that was 35 and 20 for a total of 55 liters, and just like brilliant blue or purple even with the side pockets, I would easily pay 50% more for a bag like that than this bag. I would be happy to pay more for those extra features. Additionally, I do think that at the price that it's at right now is very nice. I was able to get the discounted version and then add in a coupon code on top of that. I'll put that in the description. At the price of $120, this bag is a steal. And that's what I was able to get it at with the combined savings. but those combined savings aren't guaranteed and they definitely won't last long.